It gets worse than what I described, because then these witches that are allowed in the churches, then these women end up marrying these churchmen, right? These women with the fake hair and makeup, they're like schizos and psychopaths and sociopaths. They just covered all that with all this fancified stuff, right? And then they got these churchmen in love with them, or enticed by their beauty, or just basically they making these men lust after them by being like a succubus spirit when these men, because these women will astral have an outer body experience, and then they'll go to the men at night and basically sleep with them as a ghost, of themselves out of their bodies. I'm not making this shit up. And it gets even worse than this. Then these men end up marrying these women and having a lot of kids with these women, or just being led away from the Holy Spirit because these women got a hold on them and a big grip on them. And I'm trying to make you see that. I'm trying to make you see what these women are doing. And sometimes it's not just the women. Sometimes it's a man that that's a witch that can make himself look like a model, and then he goes to church and he tries to entice the women there or seduce the women there. And it happens with both sexes, but you have to be careful. One way you could tell that they're a witch, and I'm going to tell you the honest truth, witches are high maintenance people. They really like to keep up their appearances, like where everything looks perfect, and or you can't see any of their flaws or imperfections. That's how you could tell that most people are witches. They're like this. I'm not even saying that all witches are bad either. I've met some really good witches and psychics, but I mean, there's some good Christians too, but there's also some really evil witches and some evil Christians. So I'm just basically talking about what happens in the church right now with the witches that are evil per se, and what they do to the people of the church to lead them astray and away from God. Honestly, I also understand these things too, because I've been through stuff like this too myself. Where people try to lead me away from God too. So, like, I understand this very well. It takes an experienced person to understand these things to know it, because, like, I'm experiencing this for the last, I'd say, 18 to 22 years of being in the Bay and in the hood, in the project areas. So I have street smarts by now, and I could definitely tell you that a lot of these men and women are like this, and they do this, and they go to church.